In the Citadel of Serabourg, players discuss the strange beast who has been swinging a wooden sword at a scarecrow for 4 weeks. Many believe he might be a NPC and can give them quest. Weed successfully completed his 4-week training in the training hall. He increased some stats and earned some fame, which would make it easier for him to buy goods and negotiate with NPCs. Suddenly, Weed was attacked. Luckily, he was able to block it in time. He was worried that he could have lost so many experience points there. It was Python, a level 280 warrior. He commented Weed for his unwavering commitment and consistency, and as a result, everyone is now following Weed's example since they recognize the importance of accumulating more stats. On his way out, the instructor congratulated him and awarded him a sword for completing the basic training program. Weed realized the importance of strengthening his avatar's bottom-line stats and asked about higher-level training programs. The instructor informed him that they were only open to those who were destined to find them and that he had to finish the basic level to qualify. The instructor also invited Weed to join an expeditionary force to the lair of Lithbar, which would depart in a week, led by his colleague Mybar. Quest: Expedition to Lithbar Cave has been launched by Sir Mybar and his soldiers. Rosenheim Kingdom has been greatly suffering from the monsters. The difficulty is E. Quest requirement: failed if you are killed. The instructor offered Weed a golden opportunity to join a well-organized, highly trained force to clear away the Lithbar Cave. However, Weed declined as he didn't have a class yet. The instructor recommended Weed to visit the Intelligence Guild for a suitable class, but also suggested going to Rodriguez the Sage, who was known for finding the perfect profession for users. The catch was that Rodriguez was ill-natured and difficult to approach, but the instructor gave Weed a handkerchief to offer as a favor. Weed visited Rodriguez the Sage but was denied entry due to his low fame. He chose to wait outside, knowing the counselor rarely left his manor. Weed chatted with the guards and learned more about the instructor's reputation. However, as night fell and monsters grew stronger, Weed left and began his first adventure outside the citadel, equipped with the iron sword from the instructor. He was approached by a party looking for a tank, which Weed was happy to be. The members of the group then introduced themselves one by one. Zerka, a level 7 monk, Irian, a level 7 cleric, Romuna, a level 6 sorcerer, and Pale, a level 6 archer. They found out that Weed only had a sword and was only level 3, which made them worried about his lack of experience. Weed offered to leave if he would do more harm than good, but the party decided to keep him. He went to the field alone and the party members felt guilty for not treating him well. Meanwhile, Weed and his team hunted foxes, then suddenly they come face to face with the field boss. Because their cleric had run out of MP, the group found themselves in a difficult situation. Weed is aware that he is participating at a novice party. Weed didn't have time to blame her because of how things were going as the wolf growled at him. Weed, Pale, Circa, and Romuna all fight against the wolf, but Pale can't hit it because it's moving too fast. Every time the wolf claws at him, he gets hurt, and his life goes from 700 to 200. Pale and Circa look at each other, but neither of their legs moves like they want to run away. Weed told them to run away while he kept the wolf at bay. Weed risked his life to save his teammates, some of whom he had never met before. Meanwhile, Hundo En, a renowned Kumdo master, reminisces about Li Yun, a young man who once visited his dojang and showed natural talent and obsession for training. Hundo En kept his plans for Li Yun a secret, leading to Li Yun's sudden disappearance. As Weed continues to fight the wolf, he felt some chill. As the fight continues, Weed is thinking about what he can do in real life versus in virtual reality and whether he could apply his training and knowledge of martial arts in real life to virtual reality. Even if he knows martial arts, it doesn't mean that the effect will be the same in virtual reality because the physics of the virtual game are completely different from reality. Remember that there is another variable to the in-game calculation of damage called critical hit. Critical hits can be activated by hitting the enemy in his weak spot, but the chance of getting a critical hit depends on the item the avatar is using, unless you have an item or a special skill that increases the probability of getting a critical hit. Weed realizes that if he hits his enemy in its weak spot, there is a random chance that the critical will activate. This idea, combined with his training and martial arts skills, allows him to easily target the enemy's weak spot, and getting a critical hit to activate is inevitable. Before Weed's eyes, a cascade of message windows burst open. The sculpture's swordsmanship in particular caught Weed's attention, but the MP cost is high, as noted. Then Pale, Irene, Circa, and Romuna ran to him. The party was very amazed at Weed. It was their first time witnessing a fight like this, and they were speechless. Weed and his party continued to hunt monsters until the morning. Li Yun received a notice message from the Community Service Center, advising him of his mental health assessment. As Li Yun arrived at the hospital, he was met by a stunning doctor. That's it for this video. Please like and subscribe. In the next video, let's find out who is this mysterious doctor. Thank you for watching and thank you for the meats.